Well, I don't think I have to tell you that Disney can get a little expensive. There was a father of 5 who rolled up into Disney with that Florida discount and thought, okay, we're going to do okay because we're Florida residents. Still's not cheap. If you had to guess for a fun little day for a family of 5 at Disney, what do you think would be the price, Virginia?
Are they staying or is it just going to the park, tickets in, family of 5?
They are just going to the park. That's without hotel or travel costs.
Are they doing the same thing my parents did where they have 4 kids at Disney and all 4 kids have to share the same small Coke?
That's a good question. No, it seems like the kids got their own beverages. So that might be it. So you had, in it, you had the tickets, you had the parking, you had some snacks, lunch. They browsed for souvenirs, and then they had dinner at Disney Springs. So that's what we're talking about.
Oh.
No hotel, no travel costs.
Disney at Dinner Springs or Dinner at Disney Springs.
Dinner Springs?
Dinner Springs. That's going to cost a lot of money no matter what.
Yeah.
All right. Show me 1350.
1350. Bird, what do you think?
I'm going to go 1351.
1351, and playing by Price is Right's rules, it's so much better to always go second, isn't it? Bird takes it. But Virginia, you were pretty close. 1391.91. $1,391.91.
Yeah, Disney is just not something you can do if you're a normal family. You have to save for a whole entire year. Now, can you imagine if you had to actually get a hotel room on top of that?
Right, exactly. And imagine flying in. So if you had travel costs, if you had hotel, you're going to add to that. So that is just a Florida resident taking his family of 5 to Disney for the day, doing dinner at Disney Springs.
And then immediately turning right back home and going.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was it. They went for the day, and then they went right back home. Here is the dad kind of breaking down the costs and how they went. Oh, my buttons. Sorry.
Here's what a day at Disney cost me for a family of 5. Before we even got into the park, it cost me $30 just for parking. And even being a Florida resident, tickets for a family of 5 with one child under 10 was still $974. Paying for the Lightning Lane was $35 per person and only would have given us speed access to 3 rides, so we opted out of that. Right after our first ride, we bought 2 waters and 3 ice creams. This totaled $29.50. After the second ride, they wanted a pretzel and I wanted a beer. This was another $19. We each ended up with a small pizza, each had a side and a small drink, totaling $44.35. Once we got to Star Wars Land, we had to buy some blue milk for $10.29. The kids then snuck away and bought some Star Wars Coca-Cola. This was $6.50. After the next ride, we went and had a churro, a water, and a margarita. It had been a long day at this point. That margarita was well needed. This was another $36. And just as I thought the day was finally over, the rest of the family decided they wanted to go to dinner at downtown Disney Springs. $30 for carnitas, $19 margarita, $8 corn, $30 carne asada, and then each of the kids with drinks and food were an additional $30 to $40 each, totaling $245.27 for dinner. The grand total for our day was $1,391.91.
It didn't seem like they really did a lot of the cost-cutting measures that you can do. I don't know that I'm stunned by $1,391.
Yeah, I heard some blue milk they were buying. They were buying some stuff in there.
Well, and you throw in a couple margaritas as well. I mean, I told you the other day, we just went out and had like a couple drinks each, and it was $300 in West Palm.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a cost cut, you can shave some money off of what he was going down that list of.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't like this guy.
This guy's kind of annoying.
Yeah, to me, if you're going there, like, where they really get you is the concessions. Now, good luck, I guess, telling, if it's he and his wife and they've got a family of 5, so you got 3 kids, telling them just to drink water all day. But still, you throw in them margaritas. I know you feel like it's deserved, but yeah, that's going to cost you some money. They say food prices alone at Disney have increased over 60% in the last decade.
Whoa.
60%. That's where they really seem to be getting you. Even though the tickets aren't cheap. For a family of 5, it was almost $1,000 to get in. It was $974 in ticket costs.
That's a lot.
$30 for parking. That is a lot. I mean, right alone, that you can't really get in the door. Well, you can. Look at that. For a family of 5, you can't get in the door for less than $1,000. So the rest of it, I guess, wasn't too bad. One of the kids wanted to get a lightsaber, and he said, nope, that was $45. Ain't doing that.
I'm glad he put his foot down because you can get that same lightsaber, like not as good,
Right.
but like you can get like kind of a fakey looking one at the dollar store.
It's not that good, Kevin.
Well, to me, if you really put some thought into it, there's a lot of stuff you could do. Even if you have younger kids, wouldn't it be kind of neat maybe the day of when you're going to the park, you let the kids, they have a little Star Wars gift bag and they open up and they get the cheaper lightsaber and that kind of stuff that they have with them. So when you get to the park, they're not going to ask for a lightsaber, right? If they just got one that morning.
Yeah, you already have yours. It's in the car.
Right. Yeah, I feel like if you really put some thought into it, you could cut some costs. I don't know how you're getting around the ticket costs, though, and the parking. So a family of 5, you're talking $1,000 minimum.
Bam.
Yeah.
My family would always do that. Buy the low budget version of something and then try to
Yeah.
trick me in as if it was real.
Right.
Like, no, that is not real.
Well, little kids can be tricked. When they're little, they can be tricked. As soon as they get to like age like 6 or 7, then you can't trick them anymore.
I started sniffing around 7. You're right. I'm like, you're full of it.
If your kid is under the age of 7, you never have to spend real cash. Always go cheapy.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's the way to do it. So apparently, if you want to save a little bit of money, got any other thoughts on hacks? How do you do Disney on the cheap? You can let us know. Always 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. One person texted in and they said, you should never buy water at Disney. They will always give you a cup of ice water for free at any restaurant or quick service.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a trap. Ain't nothing free.
That's Jennifer from Jensen Beach. That's what she says. I don't know.
Huh.
So, I don't know. At least according to her. She could be a big old liar, but that'd be interesting. Free water might be a good way to do it. Not to mention, too, you're not drinking out of a plastic bottle. Because I imagine if you get a water at Disney, it's in a plastic bottle for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you drink it out of the cup, it's in a plastic cup.
Yeah. Somebody said at Disney Springs, take the free bus to the park. If you're talking about the parking, it's $30. I guess maybe you can take the free bus instead.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Park at Disney Springs is free?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
I said that's one little hack to do. Another text says, 4 of us went to the new Epic for $430 for tickets. Now, that's not bad. If that's 4 people for $430, that's just over $100 apiece. So that seems to be more affordable than just getting into a regular Disney. And somebody else texted in, they said the problem with this is now most people can't go for 4 days at a time. They can't afford 4 days hotel. They can't afford 4 days off work. They can't afford 4 days of concessions and food. So you really just go for 1 day, and then they get penalized by Disney for doing so. So you get better deals, I assume, the more days you go.
Yeah, you do.
The mouse knows what he's doing.
The more times you go, too, like the people that have annual passes and stuff, and they pay like $50 a month for this annual pass, their ticket price per time they go is much cheaper.
I'm out of the loop when it comes to the theme parks. Is the Star Wars ride the new big one they have, or is there something, next level? Because when I was a kid, Space Mountain was where it was at.
I think the Star Wars thing is one of the newest.
And the big one?
But they add stuff every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other people are chiming in saying, yeah, the best way to do the souvenirs, you go to Walmart and get everything there, your shirts, your buttons, your pins, or you can get stuff online. Anything that you do not buy from Disney that's Disney related is going to be a lot cheaper. Well, I got to say thanks to Erin in Gardens. She had a couple Disney tips for you if you're right now planning your summer vacation. She said, what I do is I will check the Sam's Club, Costco, AAA, etc. They often have ticket deals. That'll save you on that because that we figured out is really the big lion's share of the cost is just getting into the dang park.
Oh, okay. So you can go and get your tickets at Costco.
Mm-hmm. And she said if you have a Target credit card, you get 5% off all purchases at Target. So buy Disney gift cards in advance. And bonus, this will actually set your budget as well. So when you're done with the Disney cards, you're done with your money.
Gotcha.
Smart. She said, too, you can also bring your own snacks and drinks. The family racked up over $300 just feeding everybody, getting snacks and drinks. They could have cut that out of the cost had they brought their own. And I guess Disney allows it. And she said, look at the calendar for what you're doing. Some days it might be more expensive than others. Did you know that? What, they got surge pricing now at Disney?
That sucks.
Amy said, hey, I want to chime in on the Disney debate from the show today. Before the pandemic, it was absolutely much more affordable than it is now. We took my oldest, who is now 9, multiple times per year pre-COVID. Fast forward to now. I took my 6-year-old for the first time on Saturday. We went up and back in the same day. We bought Florida resident one-day passes with park hopper options because there were rides at multiple parks that he wanted to ride. Then, since we were only going for one day and wanted to make sure that we got to do everything we wanted to do, I bought the Lightning Lane Premier Pass for Magic Kingdom. Per ticket, that was an additional $446. That said, it was 100% worth it. The amount of things that we got to do was unreal. We never had to wait in line longer than 10 minutes. Most rides were less than 5, and we got to ride everything we wanted to, and it was a very busy weekend. There this weekend, crowd-wise, due to May the 4th and the Star Wars events.
Oh, may the 4th be with you.
Yeah, I figure that is a huge day at Disney. Wow. We were not limited by specific times like you are with regular Lightning Line passes. We did more than 25 rides, including all the major ones at the 2 parks. We went to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. My son had the time of his life, never complained once in the 13-plus hours we were there, and said it was the best day. Those passes made it so much more enjoyable than it would have been if we had to wait in the long lines, and we were able to do 5 times as much. So expensive and not something we can afford often, but I don't think I will ever do Disney without them. Love you guys. Thanks for showing up every day and sharing your lives with us.
Signed Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, well, you know, Disney's even said this is the kind of place you come visit once every decade now. So it's not
that's some bullshit, man.
That's kind of the tone that they had in this last year, where they had addressed the rising costs. Oh, I just even said, what is it? Food costs are up 60% over the last decade.
Yeah.
That ain't my Mickey Mouse. My Mickey Mouse would never have said that. Once
you know,
every 10 years.
This is the thing, honestly, you know, not getting too far away from the source, it'd be great if we could unfreeze Walt's head for a minute and ask him, be like, hey, Walt, you know, when you created Disney in mind, I remember some of the stories about how he wanted a clean park. He didn't want chewing gum under railings and all that kind of stuff, and wanted a place where he could take his daughter. It sounded like he wanted a great family experience that would have been relatively affordable, I would think, based on what I remember seeing in some of the documentaries about Walt and why he did Disney in the first place.
I would absolutely tune into a press conference with just Walt's head.
Yes.
I think everyone
Gosh,
would.
that'd be amazing. Gosh, that'd be amazing.
Do you put it on a stand, or do you let it, if you could have it float, does it send more of a powerful message if you can get it to float?
How are you going to get it to float? It's a stupid comment.
That's
Now you've just gone too far.
You're right.
Yeah,
the hell was I thinking?
What were you thinking? I mean, come on. How are you going to float the head, man? You got to take this seriously.
By the way, that's exactly what me and Denny's conversations sound like a lot.
Okay. I wish I was there. That'd be amazing. Yeah, so what would the head say? It's a great question. Cheryl's got some advice. She said, go to the Disney outlet before going to the park. There are 2 in Orlando at the outlets there. You were talking about getting some of the souvenirs and things like that you'll pay 5 times the amount for in the park. Make sure you have those purchased outside of the park.
That is a good idea, especially if the little kid is young. And I'm talking probably, age 1 to 4. You could get low-budget toys and say, look, we got little Mickey here before Disney.
And, you know, honestly, with the older kids, you can freaking do that, too. You just be like, this is what you get. Take it or leave it.
Shut the fuck up. We're not going.
What do you want? Do you want this or nothing? Yeah. You either get this or you get a handful of shut up.
I can save a lot of money just turning this car around, kid.
So what's it going to be for you? There's not another option.
You're right. I like when parents take back their balls. I like that.
Should have more often. And Denise said, we don't have any small kids anymore, but I still rent a stroller and I bring a cooler with water and snacks. No one has to carry anything, and I save money on drinks alone. That's interesting. Yeah, so you don't really have any kids in it. It's really just kind of a snack wagon that you're pushing along with you.
Huh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Do your families get more down with the actual Disney World park, the Magic Kingdom, or Epcot?
It changes based on what is the hot thing that everybody wants to see.
So people do like Epcot then.
I think so. My kid especially, Rocco, loves Epcot.
Okay.
Are the Ralstons more Magic Kingdom people?
No, we're more Epcot. That's so that the parents can drink and the kids are going to go and like it.
And you're the parent that yells at him, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
here.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, Cannon's the only one now, and he doesn't really get a say.
Make sure that you say that to them right as you're going through the main gates so that everybody around you can hear.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I think more kids today need a hear a shut the fuck up every now and then.
Even if they're not talking, just look at them and say, shut the fuck
They
up.
just gotta learn a little bit. That's
right.
Learn their place.
They need to be put in their damn place.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.